So you've been going to school like everybody else and you hate it. You walk down the hallways, you muffle around, you go to the bathroom, crying in the stalls. You hate, thinking about the next day, it gives you anxiety, all of that stuff. I'm here to tell you that a lot of people feel the same exact way that you do. They just don't do anything about it. They just go through school regardless. All right, take one. And every day, you have to do the same thing. You have to talk to those helpless, sad, depressed people. Every day. You have to go to lunch with them. You have to be a student with them. You have to be friends with them sometimes, be in a group with them. And you just don't fit in. You have no friends. People that really care about you, that stick with you for the long run. You just start surviving. Thriving. No, surviving. My video is not for the faint of heart, for the people that are in the background that feel like school is a necessity and that they have to get through it just to survive. You can do whatever you decide to do with your life, if obviously it's rational. I'm not gonna say anything crazy, you wanna, just right now go on an airplane and just dive into the sea. I want you to watch this video all the way through and then watch it again to get the steps on how you can right now drop out of high school. I have all my notes here, you know what I'm saying? Messy handwriting, I know, but here we go. First and very first thing you need to do is assess your situation. Where are you? Who are you? Where are you? Why you want to do this? What's going on? What's your situation? Not that weird stuff and say like, I just want to drop out of high school just because my parents are treating me a certain way. I want to do this because I feel like, I'm just, whatever the case may be, you need to have a legitimate reason so when you come out of this, people are calling you a failure, you won't feel like a failure because you're not, and you know your why. You know why you're doing this. So the very first thing I want you to do is ask yourself why. Why do I want to drop out of high school? My reason is because it just didn't feel right. I was horrible. I remember the day that we had right before our next class or something like that. I think it was the break, like the winter break or something like that. And I really just did not want to go back to school. I remember just having so much anxiety and telling my sister about it. She gave me a pep talk. I love her for that. But just deep down, I already just didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. And I already had made up my mind. And a few months later, I ended up dropping out. So my why was for my mental health, for my overall well-being. I just wasn't doing well. I was a great student, had all A's. But just actual learning and feeling I'm connecting with everybody wasn't happening. So that's my why. But your why may be something totally different. Maybe you live away from your parents and you have to get a job and you just want to go ahead and be an emancipated minor and possibly, make your own business and do things like that. Or maybe you're taking care of your siblings, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever your case is, you need to assess it on that, okay? Also, you need to put down, assess your situation is where do you live? Do you live in Texas? Do you live in Iowa, North Carolina, Michigan? You have me map right here for just New Mexico. Where do you live? Are you even in America? If you're not in America, there's totally different stuff like that. So you need to assess first, where do you live? Your why. And also your guardian or your parent. Who takes care of you? Is it your mom? Is it your dad? Is it your grandma, your grandpa? Who's your legal guardian? Who is over you and who are those responsibilities to take care of you, regardless if they're doing it or not. I watch this guy, I put his name up, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but Iman, he talks a lot about how he became an entrepreneur from day one. And the very first thing that he talked about was how he didn't drop out of high school just because, he did it just wasn't working out for him. And his question was, can he support himself? Can he financially support himself? Can he legally support himself? Like, also be logical, because once you drop out of high school, you maybe have to get back in and stuff like that, but just also, you need to have a plan. I wouldn't say just sporadically do this because you just want to. So like I said, this video is not for the faint of heart, for those people that just feel like, man, I don't know, it's something I want to do, and just do it. So, yeah, your guardian, your living situation, why do you want to leave, and can you support yourself, okay? So now the next step, I want you to figure out your situation, all the stuff, okay, in my situation, like an example, I know I'm 17, I had a job at the time, and I still have the same job. I'm able to support myself. I actually live with both my parents, and they support me. They take care of the housing and food, stuff like that. So I'm supported. I have my own money. They supported my decisions. My parents were both in my lives. If another one is, what I want to leave, I told you I want to leave. I just didn't, overall my well-being was bad. I got really depressed. A lot of stuff was going on. Just wasn't doing well for me. And my guardian, like I just said, was both my parents. And my living, like I said, I live with my parents. And legally, can I support myself? No, I do not. I have my parents over me. I'm not an emancipated minor or anything like that. So no. All right. So also I live on the state line of 2 states. So it kind of was a little difficult to figure out what state I am. But I know my school is located but my school is located in the other state, although I live on the state line. Okay. So state line really didn't matter. It doesn't matter where was my school located. Was it in the first state or the other state? So if you live, maybe between California and Nevada on that state line, where is your school? Your school may not be it's not on the state line, like between the 2 states. It's going to be in one or other of the states, okay? You need to look at your laws. So wherever you are, you need to look at your laws. I'm not going to do the work for you. I'm not going to sit here and hold your hand and figure out what state in a situation like this. Because at the end of the day, if you really care about this, you need to take it upon yourself to look this stuff up. Because all of this really is, a lot of people ask is, how do I do this legally? And this is very important. So if you don't look this stuff up and you just think you just stop going to school one day, that's not how this works. You have to literally go up to the school with your parent or whosoever to tell them, my child doesn't want to be in school. If you're an emancipated minor, obviously you can just get out of yourself. Or if you're 18 or 21, you know what I'm saying? So you can't just one day decide to just drop out. So you need to look at your laws. How do you leave? You can right now Google how to leave from Alabama. How do I leave high school from Alabama? What age do I have to be? Do I need my parents? Stuff like that. What if your parents are supporting you? How do you emancipate yourself so you can support yourself? Who can else you, like a guardian that you can have that can help you do that? How do I leave from this state? That's the next step you need to do. In my situation, I have my parents, so my mom did all of my stuff for me. She was able to support me and take me out. That's how I left. So now, the third step is act. So, like I said, I had my mom. I didn't need to emancipate myself or anything like that. I wasn't living somewhere else, needed somebody else's permission or anything like that. I just told my mom I didn't want to go to school anymore. And with the situation I was in, I wasn't probably going to go anyway. So, I just went ahead and told her. She already made up her mind. Parents made up her mind, and they went up there and they told to the principal and told them that they didn't want to have me in school anymore. They wanted to withdraw my records and things like that. Obviously, my attendance probably for the rest of the week will still be there, so they asked if they can count me present. They took my stuff out. My email no longer was available. I kind of sucked because all of my schoolwork that I kept saying I was going to take out, put it on my own computer because my schoolwork, things of notes that I took and stuff like that on that email account is all gone. Well, belong to the school, obviously. Step 4 is technically, like I said, I didn't drop out because dropout technically means like you no longer took your high school whatsoever. I got my GED. In America, it's your general education diploma. I heard someone that says your good enough diploma, but at the end of the day, I still knew that if I wanted a job, obviously it's going to be way harder if you don't have a high school diploma. That's why I say this is not for the faint of heart. If you feel like you really don't want to do this or work hard to make your own business or get a job that obviously is probably maybe low level because you didn't get your high school diploma or any diploma whatsoever to prove that you are educated, you are going to have to make the decision to get a diploma, get whatever you can to be equivalent for that. For me, that was my GED. We went to our local adult education facility. My mom went up there, asked questions. She emailed the people up front, asked them questions like, hey, how can my daughter get in here? And I had to fill out all the paperwork and stuff like that. It's a lot of paperwork. They want to know a lot of stuff. Why did you drop out of high school? Are you going to actually finish our program? Because that goes on them, stuff like that. So once I got into that program, the GED program, I went up there for about 3 weeks. Every single day, I spent about 5 or 6 hours up there, and I would study so I can retake my TAPE test because I failed my math, but I passed my English and my language arts and science. But I passed that, and then after I took my tapes, I had to take the actual GED practice test. Once I passed the GED practice test, then I was able to take the actual GED. So it was a long process, but because I was committed and determined, I did all of that in 3 weeks, and you can do the exact same, maybe even less, if you are already doing good in school. If you're not, that's fine. When you get into these programs, they tell you exactly what you need to know to pass them. Unlike school, where you take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8+ years to learn something that doesn't even apply to a test, but they don't even tell you how this is going to help you in real life. Step 5 is freedom. Moving on, making yourself a business or getting yourself a job. So I have videos. I want to make videos in the future about that. If you do, please comment down below. Let me know what you want to know. I'm making myself my own business. It's kind of already going. I'll link that channel too in the description box if you are interested. But after this, you know, that's it. Think about it. Like, how will you feel right now if you no longer were going to school? Feeling that anxiety you get before you're going, or any of that stuff. How will you feel? Right now, I feel free. At the first week, I won't lie. When people say like everything like you don't care, I was a very caring person. All the people that I talked to in school, I missed. Luckily, there's such thing as social media, like keep up with them, say, hey, how you doing? But for the most part, for me, this is the best decision of my life, maybe, to just separate myself. So I'm no longer tied to all those just negative emotions, negative energy. Because at the end of the day, like even with your guys, how they talked about how schools have the most negative energy. It's true. It really is true. And a lot of people say, like, a lot of entrepreneurs say they didn't go to high school because that stuff you learn there isn't what you need. Some stuff, like maybe like, you know, that goes towards your, what do you want to say, extracurricular stuff. Like I was really into tech. That's why I'm having my business around tech. But that wasn't like, no, you had to learn the basic math, science, and English and stuff like that you just don't want ever use in your life. A lot of stuff you learn in school you would never use in life. It wasted time sitting there. That's time that, you know, you will never get back. So I'm gonna make a video also about that, about how just education and just how it sucks. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna finish. If you want to finish high school, I have nothing against you. I don't advocate dropping out of high school if you are not prepared and you are not financially stable, supported, all that stuff. Don't do it. It is not for everybody. It's for people that really are committed and ready to do it. I'm not a law person, a lawyer, all of that stuff. I'm just showing you how I did it with my experience. So don't do this and think you can just drop out. Like after you drop out, you're just playing video games all day. That's not how this works. So just remember, you will not be a failure just because you dropped out of high school. And not even dropped out, because you may even get your GED or whatever you plan to do. You're not a failure. Really what you've done is started early, because now I graduated a year early. I got out of high school my junior year. I mean, I have a year where I can even use before I go to college like that. I do believe in, you know, getting the things that you need so you can learn and do the stuff that you want to do. For me, like I said, it's tech and mechanic stuff, and you know, but it's all about you. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go with your life? A lot of people don't talk about that in school. Who you are, where you want to go, where are you going, stuff like that. That's very important, because after you get out of high school, it's the real world you're going to be in. The real world. So just be prepared for it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you for watching, taking your time. That's the most valuable thing you can give really in this world at this point is time. And you're giving me that, so I appreciate it. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments any questions that you have. I'll try my best to answer them the best that I can. But the most important thing to do right now is to take this knowledge and apply it. That's the best thing that you can do. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you found value out of this video. Bye-bye.